don't buy mode carbon. Don't buy mode carbon. Don't buy mode carbon. I feel like it's even worth a fourth time, don't buy mode carbon, but that's how strongly I want to get out to the car enthusiast market, not to support this company. This video is going to hurt. This is a different type of video. I knew that sometime eventually not all videos were going to be nice, chipper, and happy. And this is the day. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for tuning in. This is going to be a different type of video today. And really one that I was hoping I would never have to make. But if you know in my intro, I mentioned that I do real honest reviews. And so if I'm going to say that, I need to be real with you guys. I need to be obviously honest about my reviews. And so this is one of those times it's not a happy-go-lucky mod or experience. And it hurts a little bit because this was the very first mod I did to my M3. It was the first mod. And I think even this was, I think my very first post on Instagram was this mod. I think it's my very first post ever on Instagram. Yeah, yes. The very first post ever was a picture of the mode carbon spoiler on my car after it had just been washed and there's some rain droplets there. So anyway, it stings a little bit that this story ends up the way it does. But and I know by making this video, I am pretty much burning the bridge and increasing my chances from 1% to 0% of getting anything back from the company. But honestly, at this point, it's not going to happen. I mean, the 1% is probably even being more gracious. If they would have taken care of me, they would have taken care of me by now. So clearly they don't want to. So I'm going to share my experience with you. I decided, yeah, I really want to get this spoiler for the M3. I shopped all over. I looked different websites, went the forums, looked at all the different options, all the different vendors. And main thing was I heard great things about fitment, and I heard great things about the style. The style sold me. You know, their marketing and their photography, honestly, that's really what they're really good at, and they still do it now, is really good photography, but that's all they're good for. I pulled the trigger. They had some type of sale going on, so I think it was 10% off. It's like normally $5.95 or something like that. And so I got it. They said, hey, it'll take whatever it was, 4 to 6 weeks to come out. It took 4 to 6 weeks to come out. I put it on. Happy as a clam, right? So fast forward, I even did a YouTube video about, 5 things that refresh the M3, and I talk mode carbon up. I talk about how it was one of the better ones. It's not the highest end, but it's far from the low end. So really happy with that. I talk about the fitment and the look and everything like that, and the quality. It couldn't have been more than 2 weeks after I posted that video, which I want to say was February 2020. I go out there and notice that there's a blemish on there. And I kind of touch it with my finger and I could feel it. So the clear coat basically started diminishing. And it was like one spot pretty noticeable and then a new spot that was starting. So I was like, man, that is a real bummer. Like, this has lasted 10 months. So I sent a PM to them. And so this is how the conversation began. Hello, I wanted to reach out to you guys privately first. About 3 to 4 weeks ago, I started to notice some abnormalities on the clear coat of my spoiler. Over the past month, a couple more spots have seemed to pop up and are becoming a little bit more apparent. I really love the product, fitment, style, otherwise, but I'm a little disappointed this is happening. It's only been 10 months on the car. I have some pictures I've taken. If you have a private email address I can send them to. Thanks for your consideration and time in advance. So, I actually, on Beamer Post, saw someone who kind of had the same thing. His clear coat started diminishing. It was less than a year, so it's kind of familiar. And he reached out to him and said, hey, Mode Carbon said, yeah, you got a 1-year warranty, so we'll send you a new one. And he was like, hey, thumbs up to Mode Carbon. He got a replacement under the 1-year warranty. So I was like, hey, maybe I have a shot here. So that's what really kind of started this conversation. So that was within a day or two. They were pretty responsive and they responded. Brad, we are very sorry to hear about your experience with your F80 M4 style spoiler. Please send images of your issues you're experiencing to this email address, and I would be more than happy to review your warranty claim. Kind regards, Sam. So responsive, and he said, snap a couple pics. I do exactly that. I got my camera, I snapped, I think, 3 to 4 photos and sent it to him. Still first week of April. Thanks for responding quickly. Per response from my PM, please see attached images of my spoiler areas of concern. Thanks again. So I attached this into the email, and I wait. We are April 13th, so, a couple days go by. Brad, thanks for providing us with images of your issue. Please send us a copy of your invoice, and we will see if you are still in the time frame for a warranty replacement. Best regards, Sam from Carbon Fiber. At 12:53, I sent him a copy of my invoice, which is what they sent to me the year prior. All right, here we go. April 14th. Brad, you are just within your right for a warranty replacement. Please allow us 4 to 6 weeks to dispatch your new F80 M4 style spoiler. We apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Best regards. Sam from Carbon Fiber. So that was April 14th. It was later that evening, or maybe less than an hour. I just said, thank you guys so much for making this right. I've heard nothing but great things from you, and this further proves your upstanding reputation. Again, much appreciated. So we're jiving, right? Everything's good. I said, I got this issue. They said, send us some pics and the invoice. I did. Communication is good. And they said, you're within your 1-year warranty. Give us 4 to 6 weeks. And I thanked them. And they responded to my thank you email. So I sent them on April 14th. The next day, 1 day later, they said, Brad, once again, we apologize for any inconvenience, and I will have an update on your replacement soon. Best regards. I allowed the 4 to 6 weeks. You have to remember that this is the second week of April 2020. We're about 3 weeks into the pandemic. Things are crazy. So I went beyond the 6 weeks. If we're talking 6 weeks from the second week of April, I mean, we're really talking that is the last week of May. So I sent them around week 7. Actually, it was June 9th. And I said, I sent an email out to Samuel asking for an update. I said, we are beyond the 6th week. Is there an update? Also, if it's possible or easier, faster to resolve, could a F80 high kick M4 style spoiler be used as a substitute? I'd gladly pay a small price variance. I just like this resolved. So one, I'm basically just saying, hey, I know 4 to 6 weeks. Is there an update? Just kind of seeing how things are going. Also, if you're out of stock on that or have production problems or whatever and can't make that, I can go from the normal style to the high kick one. So there's another option for you. And even so, I gave the option to say, hey, I'll even pay some money, give you more money of mine, and to go for this other product. So I'm opening up some avenues for them. That was June 9th. They responded later that day, the same day. They said, Brad, your replacement is almost complete. Cool. Right away, got an email same day saying almost complete, so thumbs up. So we're around the 7th, 8th week. Nothing July 9th, and nothing August 9th. And so August 15th, I reached out to them and said, Samuel, while I'm still grateful for the replacement under warranty, we've now passed the 16th week mark. Please provide an update status or other options that we can pursue for a more timely resolution. Thanks in advance. That was August 15th. 2 days later, Brad, your order has been prepared to ship. Okay, all right, so it's ready to ship. Once again, there's a big variance between 4 to 6 weeks starting in April, and now we're having this conversation middle of August, but I get it, pandemic, things. Yes, that was August 17th, nothing September 17th, and I wait till the first week of October. Sam, I feel that another 7 weeks of preparation for shipment should have been sufficient. Please provide a tracking number for said item that is ready to ship. If it really isn't ready, let's discuss items that are indeed in stock. Once again saying, hey, I've been really patient. And also, give me another avenue. If you have something else that you have in stock and can send me, let me know, and I'll see if I'm interested in that, and we'll go from there. So asking for updates, continuously asking for updates, and also giving the opportunity for other avenues, other options. That was October 5th. The next day, October 6th. Brad, it's complete. I mean, technically it's not, right? Because I don't have it in my house, so it's not complete. That was October 6th. Later that night, so he sent that at noon, and later that evening I said, great, please provide tracking number. If it is complete, and it's on a truck, then there's a tracking number, right? So at this point, I've we've gone from April to October, 4 to 6 weeks. I'm at the point now where I'm kind of calling the bluff, right? So I said, great, please provide tracking number. Nothing from October 6th, nothing on November 6th, all the way to the last week of November. I reach out again, and I basically I call it as it is. Sam, is this replacement happening or not? It's been ready to ship for 7+ months. This is the email where I was like, what in the actual... Here we are, December 2020, when I was told I would get a replacement in 4 to 6 weeks from April 2020. And the response is this. Brad, you're okay with a replacement? What are we doing here, Harry? What do you think I've been waiting for? What have we been discussing? So that was December 2nd at 7 p.m. Literally minutes later, I respond to it, dumbfounded. I've been told I've been getting a replacement since April. I'll take whichever ships fastest at this point. Standard or high kick spoiler for the F80. Please resolve this so we can move on. I mean, what? That was December 2nd, 7:30. And 2 days later, they say, Brad, no problem. We'll get that taken care of. That was December 4th of 2020. And I've been ghosted ever since. And now it's April 2021. So we're almost on the 1-year anniversary of being lied to. What would be more reassuring is if I was just a one-off spoof, right? If I was just an abnormality. You might be commenting out there like, Brad, I have Mo Carbon and mine's X years old and it's great. Good for you. Good. I wish I was one. I wish I was you. I wish I was one of you. But that's not the case, right? So, Brad, are you an abnormality? Well, no, I'm not, because I told you earlier, one, someone on Beamer Post had the same thing where their clear coat lasted less than a year. So their quality is already questionable, right? But then let's go one step further to see if I'm just a one-off abnormality. Better Business Bureau. So just go to Google after this video and type in Mode Carbon, and you'll see a number of complaints. And here is one that stands out, and tell me if this sounds familiar. They bought a Gen 2 lip for an Audi R8 and received no shipping confirmation. So he contacted the business and received a response of, we anticipate to have your order ready to ship really soon. But with no shipping number was provided. So he reached out again and was advised that it's still in production. And then one of the last ones was, your order is complete. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound familiar? And another example, just to show that I'm not a one-off with bad experiences, let's refer back to the very first picture that I showed you of the conversation reaching out via PM on Beamer Post. I don't know if you noticed this, but look at the top left corner. Banned. They are no longer allowed on Beamer Post. Beamer Post banned them. So that speaks volumes right there by itself, that they are no longer a certified vendor, and they're not allowed on Beamer Post. So another series sequence of events of the communication, the lies to me, what I found on Better Business Bureau, the fact they're no longer available on Beamer Post. I believe there were threads last year that kind of, there was a lot of bashing going on. I think I was not the only one who had bad experiences, and they were taken to the forums, and there were some talks about what was happening with those threads or not. But I think Beamer Post finally said enough is enough, and they're out. Yeah, I'm making this video. Clearly, I'm shooting myself in the foot, or literally throwing away $600 by releasing this video, because I know there's no incentive for them to send them anything to me. But let's be real, if they would send it to me, they would have sent it to me already, a year ago. Yeah, unfortunately, this is one of those videos where I just want to let you know my experience. I give you real, honest reviews. This is about as real and honest it can get of a review. Clearly, there's some shady things happening, and I understand there's 1,000 excuses for things going haywire in 2020. But I'm sorry. If there are legitimate things that are stopping business practices or production or shipment or anything like that. Us as consumers, we ask for one thing: communication. All those times that I was reaching out for updates, that was an opportunity to say, hey, so-and-so quit. So-and-so was in a car accident. This facility burnt down. We got robbed. I don't know, whatever, right? Let the customer know. Like, just, and don't lie. Don't lie. You had all those opportunities, but you said the same thing over and over again in different ways. So clearly there was no intention for me to ever get another one. I just want to let you know that there are still reputable companies out there, reputable brands, shop around. Hopefully you can find a company that is deserving of your hard-earned dollars, and don't buy Mode Carbon.